Is this the world's most exclusive club? Princess Charlene of Monaco visits the Vatican in an all-white outfit, one of only 7 people allowed to wear the color while meeting the Pope. Princess Charlene of Monaco was joined by her husband Prince Albert at the Apostolic Palace. This official state visit marks the 37-year-old mother of two's 4th tour of the Vatican. Tradition allows designated Catholic queens and princesses to wear white while meeting the Pope. Princess Charlene of Monaco visited the Vatican in an all-white outfit today, as it's revealed she is one of only 7 people allowed to don the color while meeting Pope Francis. The 37-year-old mother of 2 was joined by her husband Prince Albert, 57, at the Apostolic Palace ahead of their audience with the Pontiff. The trip, a formal state visit between the world's 2 smallest countries, will mark Princess Charlene's 4th official tour of the city. Princess Charlene stepped out of her chauffeur-driven car into the bright Italian sunshine wearing a white lace mantilla and collarless winter coat. A peep of the style icon's knee-length cream dress was just visible underneath her outerwear. Scroll down for video. Princess Charlene of Monaco visited the Vatican in an all-white outfit today, as it's revealed she is one of only 7 people allowed to don the color while meeting Pope Francis. The Zimbabwe-born former sports star kept the look elegant with a pair of leather gloves, pointed nude heels and a slick of red lipstick. The attire chosen by Charlene for her state visit is of great importance. She is one of only 7 women in the world that has been given the privilege of the white dash, or the ability to wear white when meeting with the Pope. Called le privilege du blanc in French or il privilegio del bianco in Italian, the special tradition is extended solely to designated Catholic queens and princesses and is usually reserved for important events at the Vatican, such as private audiences, canonizations, beatifications and special masses. Princess Charlene is bestowed this privilege, along with Queen Sofia of Spain, Queen Paola of Belgium, Grand Duchess Maria Theresa of Luxembourg, Queen Mathilde of Belgium, Queen Letizia of Spain and Princess Marina of Naples. Normal protocol for papal audiences require that ladies wear a long black dress with a high collar and long sleeves, and a black mantilla. In April 2006, Cherie Blair raised eyebrows and the ire of a Roman Catholic MP by wearing an all-white outfit to meet Pope Benedict. Cherie, wife of former Prime Minister Tony Blair, is a staunch Catholic and chose to exercise the privilege du blanc. Her breach of the protocol was surprising at the time, as she had kept closely to the Church's dress code in the past. When the Queen met Pope John Paul II in 2000, she observed the code meticulously. Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, wore black, but omitted the veil. Anne Whitcomb, the former Tory minister, was scathing about Cherie at the time. Even the Queen wore black to meet the Pope. This shows that she has a very grand idea of herself. She is a Catholic. She knows what the tradition is when meeting the Pope. She obviously thinks she is the First Lady. My message to her is, you are not a Catholic queen, my dear, and you never will be. After exiting their black Mercedes, Princess Charlene and Prince Albert were warmly greeted by the prefect of the Pontifical House, Georg Gansen, and members of the chapel. Charlene shook the chaplain's hand and graciously bowed her head, while Albert, dressed smartly in a black suit, white shirt and silver tie, looked on. The royal couple then met with Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, before posing for a photograph with Pope Francis. After exiting their black Mercedes, Princess Charlene and Prince Albert were warmly greeted by the prefect of the Pontifical House, Georg Gansen, and members of the chapel. Charlene was seen tenderly shaking and kissing the head of the Catholic Church's hand. Charlene, who was born and raised Protestant, converted to Roman Catholicism of her own free will and choice in April 2011. She said last summer that her decision was because she found strength in the religion and it was part of Grimaldi tradition. Catholicism is the state religion in Monaco. But for me, it represents much more. The values of this religion profoundly touch me and correspond perfectly to my spirit, people reported. Charlene's first state visit to the Vatican was in January 2013 along with Prince Albert. The royal couple's visit marked the 55th anniversary of the meeting of his parents, Prince Rainier and Princess Grace of Monaco, with Pope Pius XII in 1957. Charlene said the experience was extremely intense and moving for me. Princess Charlene and her husband Prince Albert are pictured in their black Mercedes car leaving the private audience. Just weeks later, the royal couple cut short a March visit to Palau in the South Pacific to attend the inaugural Mass of Pope Francis. They both took communion from His Holiness on this occasion. Charlene visited the country last in November 2015, a week after the deadly terrorist attacks in Paris. The princess, who gave birth to twins Princess Gabriella and Prince Jacques in December 2014, took part in an annual conference of health workers during her visit. During today's visit, Prince Albert was believed to have discussed and shared some organic farming tips with Pope Francis, according to People. The prince, who has been all praise for the pontiff's call for environmental responsibility, is said to have shared photographs and information about the techniques used at his 125-acre summer residence Rock Agel, which is located high on the slopes of Montana Agel on the border between France and Monaco. According to sources, Pope Francis is interested in implementing Albert's ideas at the gardens of his summer residence, the Papal Palace in Castel Gandolfo, about 35 kilometers, 22 miles, southeast of Rome.